Welcome to a new installment of MDT-NEWS. I'm Marcelina, PALKA, a Data Protection Manager.
And I'm Tatiana, Data Protection Officer. Welcome, and we are glad you can join us today.
In this episode, we will be diving into 5 big stories about data protection in the life science industry. From breaches to fines, we've got you covered. So let's go! Last week's fresh news are promising due to the new version of the guidelines on personal data breach notifications under GDPR. In this second version, a new take to raise awareness of personal data protection is mandated. Even though the first version was adopted not so long time ago, in October 2022, it seems incomplete in the scope of data breaches. Paragraph 73 has been corrected and it is now explained, and in breach will need to be notified to every supervisory authority for which an affected data subject residing in the member state. It is extremely important to follow the guidance and document it.
Hospitals are a valuable source of personal data and health data, which is considered sensitive data in terms of European General Data Protection Regulation. 2 European hospitals, one of the biggest centers in Barcelona and one in Brussels, were victims of cyberattacks. The hospital computer system containing medical data of patients were not available, putting on hold medical activities. In both cases, the emergency units were blocked and the ambulances were diverted from the attacked hospitals to the other hospitals around. As well as 3,000 consultations and around 150 surgeries were postponed. The investigations into the incidents are ongoing. The Cyber Center recommends not to pay a ransom, as there is never a guarantee that the data can be recovered, and gives hackers the incentive to continue their attacks.
On 31st of March, data protection authorities in Italy forbade the usage of ChatGPT immediately. According to them, the platform violated 5 articles of the GDPR, such as Articles 5, 6, 8, 13 and 25. Authorities stated the lack of legal basis for processing data, explaining collection of huge amount of personal data. Moreover, the processed data was also used inappropriately, stating that some people are dead even though they were really alive. In the last concern was associated to age filtering, which doesn't exist, so even children could use it. No prevention measures have been made in this topic. To sum up, OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, has only 20 days to communicate the decision of measurements which will be taken to implement the requested security updates or face a penalty of 20 million euros or up to 4% of their annual turnover.
Mobile apps are the primary means by which consumers access digital and wellness software. The delivery of the mobile health apps is dominated by the Apple App Store and Google Play Store, which represents 92% of mobile app distribution business worldwide. Through these virtual storefronts, Apple and Google act as distributor and sometimes importer on the European market of many thousands of health and wellness apps, some of which may have a medical purpose. Worldwide, 90,000 new health apps were added in 2020 alone. Medical purposes apps, such as asthma apps or insulin calculators, may cause harmful errors and raise privacy issues. Several health authorities delineated when a health app crosses to be a medical device. Medical intended purpose like prevention, diagnosis, monitoring, or treatment of the disease or injury. Importantly, an assessment of regulatory status of pediatric calculators that were made available for European market as medical device showed that only 1 out of 74 apps had necessary regulatory approval. As the result of changes to European medical device regulation, which came into effect in 2021, providers of health apps with medical intended purposes must ensure that apps are compliant with medical device regulation and to inform authorities with serious adverse events upon their use.
The penalty was imposed by the UK's Information Commissioner's Office and concerned the abuse of personal data of children under 13, affecting up to 1.4 million UK children without parental consent. The fine is £12.7 million. Authorities claim that TikTok has not provided proper information and failed to ensure that personal data belonging to UK users was processed lawfully, fairly, and in transparent manner. In their statement, they refers to the law in place to make sure children are in a safe digital world as they are in the physical world, and TikTok did not abide by those laws.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow us on social media, LinkedIn and YouTube. See you our next live LinkedIn on the 17th of May. We will address an outstanding question, sponsor and site role qualification from the perspective of the business risk, with our speaker Anastasia Negruk, Chief Operating Officer. See you!
See you!